welcome to today's video. We have found a place to rent here in the Philippines and I'm so excited to tell you about it. In today's video I'm going to walk you through everything that happened to find our house. We ended up looking at 3 houses and we're able to pick one of those to live in while we live here in the Philippines. It's been really great to be here in the Philippines this first week. It's been so fun and it's felt kind of like more of a vacation than living here, and so it was really important to me that we started looking for houses to live in so that we can really settle in and feel like we actually live here and not like we're just on vacation. So right away that first week we started looking for houses. I really didn't know what to expect. I had only seen the inside of maybe 2 houses here of our friends, and so I didn't know what we could get for our money. We started looking around and John and I had a wish list of things that were important to us for our house, and we hope to get as many of those as possible. The very first thing is that I wanted a separate space, so something that wasn't like an apartment. If we could get our own house, I feel like that would be really awesome for us. With that, I really hoped that we could have a yard of some kind, some outdoor space for the kids to run around, and a place for me to have a garden, have some plants, because I really enjoy planting things and growing plants. That brings me a lot of joy, and I didn't want to give that up being here in a temporary place, and so I really hoped for that. Another thing that was important to us was at least 3 bedrooms, and that seems like a lot because our kids actually still share a room and we need our room, but the reason for the 3rd bedroom was actually so that we'd have a separate office space for our editor that comes to our house to edit. And the other things were just that it's clean and safe. So the first house we heard about from a friend and we went to check it out one day. I was surprised by how big and clean and nice it was. It was just exciting to know that for that amount of money we could get that, and that was really exciting to me, but I wasn't sure that that's the only one I wanted to look at. I definitely wanted to see what all of our options were. But the first house was nice. It had 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. It was pretty big and spacious. Down below it had a big open living area and kitchen, this outdoor washing area. I think it only had 1 bathroom that was downstairs, and the only office space area would have been upstairs with the other bedrooms, and that would have worked, but it was difficult to figure out where to put the air conditioner and things like that. So again, it was nice to see what was available. I definitely didn't want to just pick that and be done. Also, in talking with the landlord of that place, she wouldn't agree to a 6-month lease. We didn't want to get a full year lease. We just wanted to start with 6 months, and we were willing to pay all of it up front, but she just would not accept that, and we didn't want to be stuck in a year lease if we weren't going to stay there. So moving on to the second house. So John was getting a haircut and he heard from the barber, I guess. I'm kind of lost all the time when they're talking. We were told about this other little house, and it was in this gated area, and it has a playground, a clubhouse, a basketball court, and there's all these houses up along this hill. And it looks really awesome there, but this house is at the very bottom and it's kind of small. So I was like, yeah, let's go check it out. So we went to look through it. I think it only had 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. It was much, much smaller, but it was way less expensive. So we looked around, but I think right away I knew that it wasn't going to be the house that I wanted. But I really liked that area with all the houses up on the hill and the space outside for the kids to play. So we decided to look at another house that was clear up the hill. It's a very, very steep hill. So the first afternoon that we went up to look at it, just me, my husband, and our friend, we didn't have our camera with us, but I went out and I looked out on the balcony and it had the most beautiful view at sunset. And so I had a good feeling in my heart about it, but I wasn't totally sure. We definitely were feeling like we maybe wanted to see other things and we didn't quite know. But then that landlord ended up being so nice and were willing to give us a 6-month lease if we paid it all up front, which we were happy to do. So then we took our friends back to see the house and we walked through it.
Ano laki ng gatong dito?
Okay, so I think this is going to be our house. We wanted to see what they thought about it, and we wanted to check it out, and it was so refreshing that they were there at at the time cleaning it, and so even all of the cockroaches and everything that we saw before, it just seemed to be more clean and inviting and made me feel like this could really be our home. So the reality of my wish list. First, I quickly realized that it would be hard to find a house with a yard and a place that I could have a little garden. I realized that that expectation I had wasn't gonna be an option. And so I was really grateful for the 2 places that had that playground in the community. The other thing on my wish list of having 3 bedrooms or an office was only really available in the 3rd house because the office space wasn't really great in the 1st house and the 2nd house didn't have 3 bedrooms. And for it to be clean, all of the houses were clean that we looked at, but it's definitely hard to get used to seeing bugs and spiders and things like that for me. And so I learned that I have to accept that, and it's just important to keep our house clean and keep the bugs away that way. And the last thing, it being safe. I found that some of the safest looking places have security guards in a gated area, and that is what the 2 offered with the houses up on the hill. So what house did we pick? I think you guys know already. So we picked the 3rd house, and it's the house with the beautiful view. It looks out to the ocean with the island on it that we visited. Such a beautiful place, and that view was definitely the selling point. So we ended up signing a contract for house number 3. And we paid everything up front for 6 months, and we'll probably do a video where we sit down and talk about the cost of living in the Philippines and what it took to furnish the house, because that was also a surprise to me that we'd be buying appliances and all of the things that we need for the house. But I think we made a really good choice. It's not exactly what I expected or hoped for, but again, this is like, I want to experience the Philippines. I want to experience living in the Philippines like how other people are living, and not necessarily have everything that I could get in America here, if that makes sense. The main thing we had to give up was the outdoor space, but it is nice that down the hill we have the playground that the kids can go to. The kids have a little garage area outside if they want to just get some fresh air and play. We have the balcony upstairs for them to get outside, and then also I can plant in planters outside on my patio and around the front of the house. And so that's enough for now, and that really makes my experience better here. I am so excited that we're gonna have a house to stay in while we're in the Philippines so that we can feel comfortable here and we can still have our family routines that help us feel grounded while living in this new environment. It will be a really safe place for our family to be, a comfortable place, and we're so excited to live here at least for these next 6 months in our house. So we can't wait to show you the house tour. Coming up will be shopping for the house. We can't wait to share those things with you. So please subscribe so you don't miss a video and hit that notification bell. So follow us on TikTok and Instagram. Those links will be in the description. And please subscribe and help us get to 50,000 subscribers by May. We appreciate it so much, and we'll see you in our next video.